Hello viewers, welcome to the course on National Education Policy 2020, that is NEP 2020. This is part 1 which includes 2 videos. The first video is on the topic New Vision for India's Education System. Now, when we talk about national education policy, we found 2 documents. One is Draft National Education Policy 2019, the other one is National Education Policy 2020. The draft document, that is 2019 document, we've got it in July 2019, and document is a very vast document which is having 484 pages, but when we got this 2020 document, which is again after 1 year, that is July 2020, this is a 66 page document. Now, what is there in NEP 2020? So, if we look at the contents, it is divided into 4 parts. The part 1 is about the school education, and you can see the school education starts from early childhood care education, then foundational literacy and numeracy, then curtailing the dropout rates and ensuring universal access to education at all levels. Then 4th component is curriculum and pedagogy in schools. After that, it is about the teachers of school education, then equitable and inclusive education, that is learning for all, and then efficient resourcing, effective governance through school complexes or in the form of clusters, and the last component here is standard setting, that is accreditation for school education. Now, the second part consists of higher education. So, there are 11 units in this part, and you can see it starts from quality universities and colleges, then institutional restructuring and consolidation towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary education, optimal learning environment and support for students, motivated, energized and capable faculty, then equity as well as inclusion in higher education. After that, it is all about teacher education. Then it is considered reimagining vocational education, catalyzing quality academic research in all fields through a new national research foundation, then transforming the regulatory system of higher education, and finally, the effective governance and leadership for higher education institutes. The third and fourth parts are small parts. The third part is about other key areas of focus, which includes professional education, adult education, lifelong learning, promotion of Indian languages, arts and culture, technology use, technology integration, online and digital education, ensuring equitable use of technology. The last unit, that is the part 4, it is all about making it happen, and it includes strengthening the Central Advisory Board of Education, then about the financing, and the final part is all about implementation. Now, when we see the existing system, we have some questions. Are the learning needs of the children in slums, in rural areas and in urban areas are same? Can we meet the needs using same strategy? Have we observed any disparity of educational achievements between good public schools and government run institutions in rural areas? What about the teachers? Have we not observed the fact that there are examples of excellent dedicated teachers, but are there are some teachers whom we rate very poorly on competency, commitment as well as performance? We have questions on, do we not need more attention in this respect to achieve excellence, quality and efficiency so that peace and harmony in the society can be maintained? We can note regeneration of Indian economy is highly dependent on regeneration of rural economy. This again depends on achievement of universal elementary education and simultaneously on the quality of elementary education that is being imparted. So, education is considered a vital element in the development of a society, a system as well as a country. Now, if we look at the higher education system, you can see the picture where in India universities or higher education system institutes can be divided into say these 5 divisions. Some institutes are under central government, that is central institutes, then some are under state, then private institutes are there, some are deemed to be university and a group of higher educational institutes are institute of national importance. Now, you can say central, deemed to be university and national importance institutes, these are all basically under Ministry of Education. Some are basically the central institutes are Act of Parliament, due to that it is established. Now, these institutes do not have affiliated colleges, but provides degrees to courses offered at selected institutes. But if we see the state government universities or the private universities, these two are basically under higher education of the state, but state universities can provide degrees to courses offered at affiliated institutes, whereas the private universities not legally permitted to establish affiliated colleges. So, this is the present picture of India's higher education. Now, when it is analyzed by national education policy, we have that evidence in national education policy. They have observed the major problems, 10 major problems are observed. Now, this includes a severely fragmented higher educational ecosystem, poor learning outcomes and development of cognitive skills of students, rigid separation of disciplines with too much of early specialization and streaming of students into narrow areas of study, then a lack of access to higher education, especially in socio-economically disadvantaged areas. Then if we move further, we found lack of teachers' autonomy as well as institutional autonomy. So, they are not able to innovate, not able to excel. Then inadequate mechanism for merit based career management and progression of faculty as well as institutional leaders. A lack of research at most universities or colleges and transparent and competitive peer reviewed research funding across the disciplines. Suboptimal governance and leadership of higher educational institutes, regulatory system which is existing not empowered to close down fake colleges while constraining excellence and innovation in those institutes. The 10th problem which is noticed, problems associated with the large affiliating universities resulting in poor undergraduate education in colleges. So, these 10 are noted, and parallelly we have our own experience. What is our experience if we consider from 2020 onwards? In 2020, the higher education ecosystem has undergone a dramatic and undeniable makeover. All institutes, from the progressive to the highly resistant, have had to accept the use of digital tools and technology platforms that have restructured not only the academic aspects, but also the experiential as well as administrative functions of higher educational institutes. So, we felt for that new vision is needed. Higher educational institutes have moved into an online mode of delivery to attenuate this challenge, creating and establishing a new normal and evolving the face of education for future generations. This pandemic triggered transformation of higher education sector and has accelerated the move towards education 4.0, which is a technologically fueled student centric model that promotes flexible learning paths and focuses on knowledge and skills requirements of the industry. So, we felt for need for new vision. Here at this point we can note that a paradigm shift from education 1.0 to education 3.0 has taken place, and although flexibility has increased and education delivery has evolved, the core process of teaching has remained almost same or constant. So, a teacher instructed classroom has been the way knowledge is disseminated, content is prepared in a fixed curriculum structure, delivered at a specific point of time to the learners and standardized in terms of again of content and its delivery. Now, new vision needed because education 4.0 focuses on higher educational institutes movement from the process driven technology supported mass teaching systems to a personalized form of learning that appreciates flexibility and customization while being supported by technology interventions.